All right, good morning, Kentuckiana. It's 6 a.m. and we are taking a look out at the Hikes Point area. There's a tree down because of last night's storms. This is in front of the KFC on Breckenridge Lane, one of the several storm impacts that we're going to be tracking all throughout the morning here on GMK. But hey, as you wake up with us, the good news is things are much calmer and clearer as you get out the door.
That's right. Welcome in on WHAS11 and over on WHAS11 Plus. I'm Jim. Grace is back, obviously, fresh off of her honeymoon and right back into some good old Kentuckiana weather. How about that?
Matt, such is life. It's the way it goes. I saw the forecast and I thought to myself, you know, that 85 and sunny couldn't last forever.
That's right. You know, it's always just a little bit of a tease until you get back to Kentucky where our weather changes all the time, you know. Temperatures right now are in the upper 50s and we're still seeing mostly cloudy skies with us. Winds out of the southwest at 7 miles per hour. They're trying to change direction to be out of the northwest. That'll be happening a little bit later on into our morning time. But so far, we are starting our morning off with those temperatures in those mid-50s. 57 downtown, 56 Bowmanville, 55 Shepherdsville. Further outside the city, we've got temperatures in those upper 40s across southern Indiana. 54 near Lebanon, 57 for you folks near Litchfield. Here's how things look on satellite and radar. All of those storms now making their way along the eastern coast. We're left behind with some of that lingering cloud cover. That's going to be around with us as we go throughout the rest of our morning and into the afternoon. There may be a few small pops of sunshine as we go closer into the evening hours, but for the most part, expect overcast conditions through the morning and into the start of the afternoon time. This pattern is going to continue, but rain chances not in the forecast anymore. We are going to be staying dry today and tomorrow. The rest of the afternoon continuing to stay cooler, though. We'll be in those lower 50s, and as I mentioned, maybe by 3 p.m. we could see just a few rounds of sunshine. So cloudy skies continuing to linger with us throughout the day. Temperatures ranging in those mid to upper 50s, but we get fairly chilly tonight. Temperatures will be dropping into those mid-30s. So we're expecting 35 in Louisville, possibly below freezing, slightly below freezing along southern Indiana. So we're going to continue to have a cooler pattern for our Tuesday night, but we are tracking another round of severe weather for our Wednesday. There's a level 3 out of 5 chance that we could see another round of thunderstorms. Those details will be coming up here in just a few short minutes.
All right, Matt, thank you. Storms knocked out power to thousands of people in Kentuckiana. At this hour, there are around 4,200 LG&E customers with outages in Jefferson County. That's down from several thousand a few hours ago, so progress is being made.
We're also tracking some widespread outages, especially in Meade County. Meade County RECC outage map shows that most of those issues are in Big Spring and Glendean Reed areas of the county, as well as areas just south of Brandenburg. Now, the repair times on some of those outages are listed to be a couple of hours, but we should note that these outages have been going down in the last hour. We're going to keep an eye on all of this progress and we'll provide you some more updates as we continue here on GMK. We're also seeing reports of trees down by that storm. Now, if you have any storm damage that you can show us, we'd love to see it. Go ahead and text a photo to the number you see on your screen, 502-582-7290.
New overnight Metro Police are investigating after a woman was hurt in the crossfire of a shooting. It happened just before 8:30 last night on Glengarry Drive off the National Turnpike near Fairdale. Police say they found a woman who'd been shot several times in the legs. Officers determined she was hit by bullets from people in 2 cars who were shooting at each other, but she wasn't the intended target. The woman was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. No arrests have been made in this shooting. If you know anything, call the LMPD tip line at 574-LMPD.
We know that a second teenager has died after a weekend crash in Hardin County. The rollover crash happened on St. John Road around 2:30 Saturday morning. Police say that the driver lost control of the vehicle. Both teens were ejected from the car. One of them, 17-year-old Tristan Schroeder, died at the scene. The driver, 17-year-old Gerald Lyons, was flown to Louisville, where he later died at the hospital. Hardin County Schools said that both of the teens were juniors at Central Hardin High School. The district also added, quote, "They both had the promise of bright futures and both were incredible young men. Losing anyone is horrific, but the loss of 2 young lives cuts us to our core." Counselors are going to be available for students at school later today. 2 other people were in the back seat of that car during the crash and only received minor injuries.
During an annual memorial, fellow officers, family, and friends honored fallen LMPD officer Nick Rodman. Officer Rodman died in the line of duty 8 years ago on March 29, 2017. At his memorial at Cave Hill Cemetery on Saturday, his family spoke about how he was a loving husband, father, and community servant. Rodman's wife, Ashley, said his legacy continues to make an impact today.
So much good has been done in the Louisville community in honor of Nick through the foundation we created to carry on his legacy. It is bittersweet, but I know it is something he would be proud of.
Last week, Mayor Craig Greenberg honored Rodman by renaming a new park in South Louisville Nick Rodman Legacy Park. It's expected to open later this spring.
Right now, a safer, more accessible Southern Parkway is in the works.
It's part of Louisville's Safe Streets and Roads for All initiative, a federally funded project aiming to prevent traffic deaths and injuries. WHAS11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester spoke to people in the area about the changes they'd like to see.
I can see the traffic, especially during the rush hour time.
Having a business at the corner of a busy street like Southern Parkway has its benefits.
People, especially at this light, a lot of people don't have patience.
But Nagad Cafe co-owner Mohammed Aiden sees the drawbacks on safety.
I think it was the beginning of last week. There was an accident right close by the school.
This Olmsted-designed portion of Southern Parkway in Beachmont is a part of Louisville's high-injury network. There have been a number of serious injuries and a death in the last year on this stretch of road. This is one of the reasons Aiden plans to attend a meeting for public input organized by Metro government as they begin the process of revamping part of the parkway. This is the beginning of where the redesign of Southern Parkway will happen, right here at the intersection of West Woodlawn Avenue onward and ending at Taylor Boulevard and New Cut Road, with plans to convert the 4-lane road to a 3-lane.
They're investing in a lot of these changes all across the city, so this is just the latest one.
Other parts of the parkway have already been converted from 4 lanes to 3 lanes, which Chris Glasser with Streets for People sees as a step in the right direction.
They do calm traffic, they do slow traffic down.
But as a driver, Aiden would rather stick with the 4-lane road.
If you take away one lane and if it's still busy, I don't know if that's going to deter people using other routes, or if it's just gonna clock it up here.
Aiden says he'd like to see more accessible walking paths and agrees more lighting needs to be added. Factors to consider while working to make Louisville's roads safer. In Louisville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side.
The meeting for public input is next Wednesday, April 9th. It's going to run from 6 to 7:30 out of the Beachmont Community Center.